It's a late morning. I see all the videos, and it's really senseless how we are being targeted by what should protect us. And I really want to talk to my Christian brothers and sisters right now. The ones that believe in Jesus Christ. Now, I have some individuals that I happen to run across that they don't believe as firm in Jesus Christ as some of us may do. So I want to talk to those who really trust Jesus Christ and those who have a desire to trust Jesus Christ, because it's hard to trust something you really don't know. A lot of questions come up. Where is Jesus at now? What's going on and how this is working? But let me say this. He's still sitting on his throne. And I think about some years back, my cousin Tasha said to me, well, she said in a post, she don't worry so much about what's happening around her as much as she's worried about what's happening to her. That helps balance her. And we should be concerned about what's happening around us. And so I want us to look at it from both sides. And you want to say, what both sides? Look at what God kept you from. We see innocent people being killed. We see people who may not be completely innocent, but they don't deserve what's happening to them. All of our young black men that are being murdered by the police. But we focus on one evil. What about the young white children in the suicide rate? What about our young women who are falling to drugs and alcohol? What about our young men who are still alive and enjoying sin? Sin is sin. We can't choose what sin it is. Sin is sin, and the wages of sin is death. But I want to focus on one particular innocent one. One particular who didn't do anything to anybody. And yes, this young black man didn't bother nobody. This particular young black man took care of his family. This young black man, I know when he was young, around 12 years old, his stepfather was there. But somewhere between the age of 12 and the age of 30, he lost his stepfather. He had his natural mother. You could say he was raised up in a single parent home. And he grew up in the hood, he was working, did what he needed to do. Whenever his mother asked him to do something, he took care of it. He had his own friends, and he liked to kick it in the hood. I mean, there was a time when he was hanging out, some of his own friends backstabbed him, betrayed him, and got him hemmed up with the authorities. He didn't even say nothing. Didn't bother nobody. And one of his closest cats, when it came down to it, act like he ain't even know him. And that's foul. Now you done kicked it with this cat. Y'all done ate together. Y'all done, ride or die. The whole nine. You done took care of his household You didn't make sure that the doctor didn't have a need to come to his house, made sure that he had enough money to pay his taxes and everything. And at the end of the day, when it came down to it, he acted like he didn't even know you. Because he was willing to die with you, but he wasn't willing to live without you. Sound crazy, don't it? Because when the police of that day came, this same cat rose up and he was like, let's get down. But Jesus said, no, this ain't how we do this. Then when you go to court, you turn around and act like you don't even know the man. Willing to die for Jesus. Willing to die with Jesus. But you don't want to live without him because you have to stand on your own 2 feet. It's another story. Yeah, I'm talking about Peter. But I'm also talking about Jesus hanging on a cross, who went to court 6 times. They had no evidence. And as a matter of fact, it was the people in church that helped to get him convicted. And Jesus didn't say nothing. Yes, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. And if you want to be specific, it's called Jesus the Christ. So a lot of people named Jesus in those days, or in some languages, Jesus. Yeah, but Jesus the Christ, which is the chosen one, the anointed one. That's the one I'm talking about. Who didn't even defend himself. They beat him the same way they're beating us in the streets. They judged him the same way they're judging us in the streets. They hung him on a cross the same way they sentenced innocent men to death. The same way some of your friends hang you on a cross of accusation and crucify you on Facebook and Twitter because of an assumption or a rumor. But we're sitting here worried about these things. Yeah, I submit. Be angry, be upset, but in righteousness. I'm not about to sit here and say we need to kill this person, kill that. That's not what Jesus was about. No. Jesus died for me and for you. Yes, he did. You're angry. And God understands that. Look in the Bible. He says, be angry, but sin not. Don't allow someone to get you so upset that you're so angry that you just can't control it. You have to trust God. You really do. Be angry. Sin not. Trust God. Somebody's house got broken into last night, but it wasn't yours. Somebody got a phone call through the night, but you didn't. Somebody laid their clothes out yesterday with plans for today that didn't even wake up. Life and death. God don't owe us nothing but death, because he gave us life. And he wants to give it to you more abundantly if you give it the opportunity to do so. I don't want a religion or a doctrine that feeds off hatred, anger. I don't want a religion or a doctrine that stirs up and feeds my flesh. Feed my spirit, man. That's why I chose Christianity. I don't want a doctrine that I have to carry it. Because out of all the religions you look at, you have to carry them. Christ said, I'll carry you. And they want to sit there and they want to say it's the white man's religion. No, no, no. Because contrary to popular belief, God created us all different colors, races, and creed. So, go watch Spike Lee's movie, Color, and see how they put light skin against dark skin. It's just crazy. It's evil in this world. Yes, it is. Can't deny it. We have a tendency to have a measure of evil in each and every one of us. But will you cling to the Christ in you? Will you? Pray for those families. But when you're praying for those families, you make sure you tell God, thank you that it wasn't you. Because it may be their turn today, but whose will it be tomorrow? I encourage you to cover your family in the blood of Jesus. This thing isn't new. Look, research what the Passover represents. In the Passover, you had to put blood over the door. Don't think all Egyptians died, because some Egyptians listened and got into a house that was covered by the blood of the Lamb. The Hebrews, some of them were hard-headed. They sold out. They did what they wanted to do, and they died because they wasn't covered by the blood of the Lamb. Will you cover your children by the blood of the Lamb in prayer? Will you take the time to get you some anointed oil and anoint your children's shoes, that wherever they walk? It sounds crazy. It sounds like it's old-fashioned. But whatever they did in the old days that we thought was crazy, they could sleep with their doors unlocked. They could walk down the street at night. And the worst criminal in the world, when they saw a man or a woman of God, stood at attention to give God respect because they said God inside of them. Think about those things. I just wanted to just talk with you for a few moments. Love God. He's worth it. Have a good day. Try giving yourself away and watch how God will bless you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself